Hi there, everyone. I hope that you're having a great day. Today, I just want to quickly talk to you about how to revise, and then I'm also going to talk about your presentation that you're going to do on your story. Okay, so today, what you're doing is you are doing something called revising your work. What that means is you're going back to your work, you're looking at it, and you are finding any mistakes that you might have made. Okay, so I wrote my story down on my paper. I left lines in between, and I went through using the checklist that I had given. Okay, I wrote my checklist down because I don't have a printer, and I read each one. Okay, and I went through and I said, okay, did I use adjectives to describe my setting and other parts of my story? And I looked for all my adjectives. If I didn't have any adjectives, I added those where I thought I needed those. If I had to also make sure that, like what happened in my story was in the correct order. So I had to do that too. If I didn't have it in the right order, I moved that sentence somewhere else by circling the sentence and drawing an arrow to where I want it to go. Okay? The third one is making sure you use different types of punctuation. For example, if you're asking a question, you wouldn't put a full stop at the end. You would put a question mark. If it's an exciting sentence like, he held a gun to my head, then I wouldn't put a full stop at the end of that or a question mark. I would put an exclamation mark because that's an exciting sentence. If I also had to make sure that I used all the same type of verbs in the same tense. Okay, so if I started my story off in the past tense, meaning I'm telling you a story that already happened, then I wouldn't use verbs like is or am to show the present tense or will go, okay? I would say to show the future tense, I would use verbs like went or was to show past tense, okay? I made sure I didn't have any run-on sentences or fragments. If I did, I marked those out and rewrote the sentence on the top. Look, you can see here I had a couple fragments, okay? And this is in Google Classroom. So what I did was I just marked it out, and on that line above it, I rewrote my sentence, okay? So that whenever I go through and I make all these changes, rewrite my story using these changes, then I know, okay, I needed to fix that sentence and this is what I want to write instead, okay? So you have to go through and you're going to circle your spelling errors, you're going to mark out things based on your checklist, okay? And then you are going to rewrite your story, okay, without the lines in between, making those corrections. So wherever I circled a misspelled word or a misused verb tense, see here I wrote, after everyone was slept, Marie were still awake. And I know that, okay, those verbs aren't right. So I circled my slept and changed it to sleeping, and I circled were and changed that to was. So now when I rewrite it, my sentence would be, after everyone was asleep, Marie was still awake, okay? And that's how I'm going to rewrite it in my final draft. So you're going to make your corrections, you're going to circle everything, and then you're going to rewrite it, making those changes, okay? I hope that makes sense. Now I'm going to quickly explain to you your presentation, okay? So what you're doing is after you've rewritten your story, you're going to think, how can I present this in a creative way to my classmates? Now you can do a couple of things. We did a comic strip last week where you quickly drew your story using the comic. Now you can create a comic based on what happens in your story. You can have your family act out your story with you. Okay, you can make a movie poster. So whenever a new movie comes out, they make like a poster and you can hand draw a movie poster to show, okay, this is a Wild West story, and then you can write your title of the story however you want to present it. You can illustrate it like a book. you can come up with a ton of different ideas. Maybe you want to sing your story. Heck, go ahead. And then you can record a video of yourself singing it. You gotta be creative. Think of some way that you can present your story. Okay, so at the end of the week, you are going to turn your presentation into me. So if you've sung it, if you've acted it out, you're going to turn that video into me. If you drew a movie poster or drew a comic or whatever you did on physically, you would come and give that to me when you come and give me your paper. Okay? All right? I hope that makes sense. Remember that this is in Google Classroom. All right? Have a great day.